Hello and welcome back to Inner World. This is our last episode of 2023 because we are mere hours away from 2024. And if you are a person who has a New Year's resolution to leave behind negative habits and move towards meaningful ones, I'd like you to listen to this. I think you might find it helpful. I think a lot of us have a toxic relationship with bad habits. And I'm not saying the bad habits themselves. I'm saying we have a toxic relationship to the idea of bad habits. We've been locked into a self-improvement industry built around guilt and shame. And so today, I wrote a love letter to bad habits. So this is a love letter to bad habits. Here we go. Dear dopamine, of the quick hit, chemically enhanced, artificially pleasurable, digitally distracting, and overall not great for my health in the long run variety. Thank you. Thank you for the creature comfort, for the short but sweet blanket of safety that you've provided me. Thank you for the escape. Thank you for the luxury of cellular satisfaction. Thank you. I tell myself that I'm leaving you behind. 2024 is here, which means I join the ranks of the self-improvers and firmly decide to move away from my undoubtedly toxic relationship with you and into net positive practices like exercise, journaling, hydration by the gallon, and finally sitting down to learn piano or guitar or sign language, etc. I say to myself, this is the year I intentionally step into my life and become the protagonist of my conscious experience. This, of course, will prevent me from enjoying your deliciously numbing reprieve from the grating harshness of the real world, but I wanted to share with you, as openly as I can, how grateful I am for you. You're a hot shower in a world of cold exposure and its life-changing benefits. You're a banquet of comfort food when fasting becomes more consistent than intermittent. You're a breath of pain-relieving fumes when there's just too much oxygen in the room and I start to hyperventilate. And while we certainly have to take a step back so I can focus on meaningful work, prioritize building new skills and relationships, and replace my tendencies for distraction and comfort-seeking with conscious engagement in the real world, I'll never forget the moments we shared. Social media influencers tell me I need to be stronger, I need more discipline, I need to carry the boats, and so on. But as my Instagram and TikTok feeds attempt to overwhelm me with shame and guilt and disgust, I refuse to look down on what we had. I refuse to pursue this path of character creation from a place of self-hatred. I can move forward into meaningful change while acknowledging the value of our long-standing relationship. And in a weird way, I can be thankful for our comfortable codependence and how much we needed each other, without looking down on myself or you. Transformation comes from accepting the past. And even in the moments where it got dark and isolating and I was imprisoned in pleasure, I'm grateful for all of it. Thank you for showing me the dead end. Thank you for your patience as I gradually realized the deep meaning I yearn for does not lie in chronic consumption, but in contribution. As I grow away from you now, I should remind you that we'll never truly part. There will never be a time where I've forgotten you completely. The path of contribution will be challenging. That's why it's inherently meaningful. And in moments of temporary exhaustion, when I'm presented with a challenge I've yet to overcome, I'll consider sinking back into the soft forgetfulness and sweet nothings of our consumptive bond. There may be times where we meet again in this way. But in the early mornings when I remember my protagonist purpose, I'll rise from the heavy slumber you protect me with, and as I pack my bags and once again depart from your dark apartment, I'll still carry you with me. I'll still remember the delirious dream you keep me wrapped in so I can remain sleeping for 5 minutes or 5 hours or 5 days or 5 weeks or 5 months. Thanks for always letting me hit snooze. I hold no ill will towards you. I recognize you as medicine. You're not the medicine I need, but you are the one I turn to. And for what it's worth, you worked. You worked too damn well. It's when the temporary relief becomes constant dependence that we have to move on. The both of us. We had a good run, didn't we? I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but I love you. Truly, I love you. You are all the parts of me that are hopelessly, vulnerably human. You are my biological blind spots. You're the parts of my brain that evolved to survive, that kept me and my ancestors alive for millennia. You're adaptive, elemental, fundamentally insatiable. Your primal power is equally destructive and elegant. You're older than words and culture and push-ups and atomic habits. You're reptilian, in the best way possible. You are me and everyone who came before me. Thanks for the appetite. It's only now, after all these years, that I realize you are not the enemy. You're my shadow. And while I can snip you away from my conscious mind as I allocate my attention towards working out and writing and cooking whole foods and reading Dostoevsky and venturing out into the great unknown, you're always with me. You're right behind me every step of the way in that odd patch of light I cannot see. I'm grateful to have you on my back. Sincerely, your one-time gracious host. P.S. Go easy on the cravings, please. I have plenty of effective tools to navigate these moments of deep desire, but I'm still a biological being. Have a heart, if you can. Wishing you nothing but the best in all the future nervous systems you inhabit. I'm sure I'll catch you in a moment of weakness, only to say goodbye once again. Love you. And that is all. That was a love letter to bad habits. I hope that it resonated with you, and I hope that you have a rewarding, enjoyable, safe New Year. This is going to be a great year. Understand that the bad habits you carry with you don't go away. They're always a part of you. And you should be grateful for that. Because we don't want to live a life of extremity. We don't want to live in a black and white prison, a binary state of all good or all bad. We want to have those things with us, the desires, the appetites that maybe don't serve us, but allow us to make the choice towards what's more meaningful. Just an idea. Go easy on yourself. Enjoy the process. We got this, team. I love you. Mwah.